What is up, fellow benchwarmers? Welcome back to your daily fantasy quickie. Hey guys, what's up? It's been a long break, the All-Star break. Hope you enjoyed the All-Star weekend. My name is JJT, in case you have forgotten already, with Komish. Komish,
Yes.
how was your
Yes.
All-Star break?
It was relaxing, at least. We got to watch some of the great slam dunk contests and and the other events. So it was nice. Nice to see it.
Was there anything in the All-Star game that you saw that might translate to the second half of the season?
In the All-Star game itself.
Yeah.
But I hope Steph's performance means
Carries over, right?
Means the slump is over. I hope, but I'm not that confident that it is indeed. One thing I can say is that Giannis looks ready. Looks
For the second half.
Yes. Giannis wants the second. I think he's probably gonna be number one. Just my opinion. Of course, without the free throws. Let's remove the free throws. Probably gonna be top ranked from here on in the second half. That's what I see.
Giannis noticeably is more relaxed this year. That's how I see him. A little bit more relaxed off the court, and maybe he's in a good mindset already.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows he's been through the playoffs, and he knows what he needs to do already. So I think it's just a good aura overall for Giannis. He's joking around, playing around. But Steph, like you said, we're hoping that he carries that over to the second half of the season. And
Also, aside from Giannis, Steph, the rookies, because we watched the Rising Stars games, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the more interesting game for me. And then, of course, the rookies were part of the skills challenge.
Yeah.
They performed well. Cade played very well. I'm very, very, very high on Cade. The second half. I mean, this is not the second half. The last quarter of the season, actually, the last 20 couple of games. Cade can win that Rookie of the Year away from Evan Mobley. If Mobley's not gonna be improving those free throws and he's not gonna be careful, Cade can win that Rookie of the Year. He's that good, and he showed it in this weekend. MVP, the skills challenge. He was one of the better ones.
The rookies was also fun to watch. The format was also different, more competitive.
Yes.
Other than the slam dunk competition, I think overall it was a great week. I like the skills challenge, the new format, although it's longer. But I feel like it's nice as well to change it up a bit. And of course, the 3-point shootout was great. And hopefully, Kat carries that on to this next half of the season. I mean, after post All-Star break. But I hope he doesn't chuck around those threes as much. He might feel like he's Steph as well.
As long as it's part of the offense doesn't force it, I'm okay with it. He really looks, the stroke looks good. And if he's gonna be consistent with the 3-point shot, sky's the limit with Kat. So it's another winner here in the All-Star break. Kat, Giannis. For me, Giannis is probably not a popular option, but I just have a feeling with Giannis, Kat, Cade, Cunningham, and the rookies. Josh Giddey looks really good also for the second half of the last quarter of the season. So those players are good. Embiid, some people are worried about Embiid because of Harden. Because of Harden's entry, I'm not as worried. I think it's gonna do him good as long as he doesn't take those step back.
Harden, he doesn't get used to shots. Those going back to the 3-point shooting Embiid. We don't like that. We want the dominating low post center Embiid. And speaking of Harden, Harden's going to play on Friday, his first game with the Sixers. So it's going to be really interesting to see how both of those players gel or play together. Hopefully, Harden owners would be happy with Harden moving forward.
They will be happy. I think he's gonna play very well with Philadelphia. You can see he's motivated. He's very happy. He's goofing around in practice. So yeah, a motivated Harden is always a good Harden. And we saw that last year when he was traded to Brooklyn. That was an historic run.
Yeah.
And the last 2 months of last season, that was great. And I have a feeling he can do that again. I'm more interested to see what will happen to Maxey, what will happen to Tobias Harris more than Embiid. Those players, I do see a big problem. There might be a problem with those players, Maxey and Harris. They could adjust. Maybe they don't. I don't know. That's one thing we have to look forward to, especially Maxey.
Well,
Maxey.
the All-Star break was not short of news. Bad news at that. This news did come during the All-Star break, but we haven't really had the chance to talk about it. Anthony Davis out for at least 4 weeks. Season's over fantasy-wise, I guess, for AD. For most of us, because he probably is a stash if you are week 22 playoffs.
4 weeks. 4 weeks will lead you to March.
4 weeks, so
March
he is pretty much right now on his first week.
Yes. This week will be the first week. So week 19 will be the second week. 2021. That would be probably the fourth week, but that's just a re-evaluation part, a time for him. So if your playoffs is safe to say, if your playoffs end week 22, let's say 20 to 22, if your playoffs are 19 to 21, I guess he's over.
Done.
It's over for him. Yeah.
If your playoffs if your playoff starts week 22 until the last day of the week up to week 24,
yes.
He might be worth stashing. I don't expect him to play on week 22, maybe on week 23. If you get there. That's the bigger question.
If you get there. Yes, if you get there. So, nothing good. As we posted, the season, the Achilles scare, the knee, now the ankle.
And it's unfortunate because when he's playing, he's been really good this year.
Yes, relatively better than last season.
Definitely.
Yeah, and especially when he came back from the knee, the last injury before this one, he was really good. And people were, I heard the experts already saying, this is the Anthony Davis that will play. The Lakers are going to win the championship and all of those stuff. And again, the injury, the knee injury was a freak injury. This ankle injury was a little freakish also. I mean, you can't really prevent this injury, so a little unfortunate for him. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah. Other players, just quick update. Maybe Zach Lavine played the All-Star, so if there might be some of you Zach Lavine owners who are worried about him, he looks fine. He played the All-Star, although not as much. He also participated in 3-point shootout, though he wasn't as good. But at least, right? After that evaluation, we saw him play, and that's
reportedly he's gonna be on minutes restriction. Supposedly, for I don't know for how long, but supposedly that's the plan. Limit the minutes for the meantime.
Another injury update: Draymond Green out for another 3 to 4 weeks. Pretty much in the same boat as Anthony Davis, I think.
Maybe he has a better chance of coming back earlier. He was interviewed not about the injury, about something else, and then they asked him about the injury. He said he's doing better. He hopes to come back in 3 to 4 weeks. So it was probably a tongue-in-cheek comment. Nothing really official.
Yeah.
Nothing really valid or anything, something like he just said out there. So maybe I'm not sure if this is valid for him. What I know is supposedly he's gonna be evaluated after the break. So maybe we can get a more definite, because people are asking if they're gonna drop him based on his statement. One thing I'm sure is it doesn't seem like he's coming back soon. I mean, not after the All-Star break, not yet. So if you're hoping that he comes back this Friday, this Saturday,
No.
and then that's not going to happen
And
yet.
it
And that's
looks like he won't be, at the best. Looks like he won't be there week 19.
No, he won't. He won't.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
If your playoffs start week 19, I think if your playoffs start week 19, there's really a very slim chance you get him back. Best case scenario, maybe late in the semifinals.
Maybe,
right?
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
That's a couple of weeks from now, maybe.
Best case scenario is end of 20, start of 21, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
The good news is the injury is on the mend. He's recovering, but when he got injured, we already told you, it doesn't sound like it's a normal good injury because it's something with the spine, with the disc, with the something. So that is something we already said. This doesn't look like, they're not. It flew under the radar because it's not an ACL. It's not, all those scary injuries.
It's like we didn't even notice, right? During the game, you didn't even see him, get hurt during the game. So he was just out for some back problems, and maybe we thought that it was just some normal back problems for any NBA player who's had mileage. But yeah, and then it dragged for so long, and that's when we, somehow you get the feeling that it's worse than what we think, right?
No, but when they said that the earlier injury was a hamstring, and then they said that it's not a hamstring, it's just connected to the disc. We already talked about. I already said, this will not be good. Don't expect him back anytime soon, and that's what happened. Good news is Fred VanVleet played in the All-Star game.
Yeah,
but
that's
I don't know
guy.
if that means if that means he's gonna be ready, because he didn't play a lot of minutes. Also, he played limited minutes only. Hopefully, he's ready. It's so depressing talking about this because every player we've talked about is a part of my team. On one team, not part of my different teams. Part of one team. One team. So we talked about AD, VanVleet.
The more you talk about it, the more it gets normal and it gets less depressing.
And the next one,
you feel a little better. Donovan. No. Let's talk about Donovan Mitchell first. Donovan Mitchell is, I think, also out.
Okay.
With a respiratory illness, so that's not too sure what that means. But it's non-COVID related.
That's nothing. Yeah.
Well, if it's nothing, well, I'm just worried because I have, there are teams I have there who look strong and who I feel has a good chance, and then you lose a player like Donovan Mitchell for a week or so, and a lot of things can change. So I'm just a little bit worried.
I don't think he's gonna miss games. I think it's a cough or a cold or something, and the weather there, it's winter there. But I don't think it's gonna be something really long term or multiple games kind of thing.
Hopefully,
luckily he got it on the All-Star break. Luckily,
that's another thing. He missed the All-Star break because of that. Sickness. The biggest name though, who's going to be out is Chris Paul, who is reportedly going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks due to that hand injury that he sustained. The last game, I think, the before the All-Star break. So that's going to be painful for a lot of managers because it's hard. Chris Paul has been really good this year.
Yes, we did discuss that before when it happened. We said he got ejected. He was so angry, and I told you, Chris Paul has this. He knows something was wrong, and he has this frustrated look. Chris Paul, when he knows something's up and he's frustrated, sometimes you just want to vent it out, and that's, I think, what happened. If you still can get Campaign, go get him. I think he's probably the best ad. People have been asking that. Yes, it's Campaign. Aaron Holiday, if you want. I'm not
Cam
that high on
Johnson,
Holiday.
maybe.
Cam Johnson, maybe. Of course, Devin Booker and Ayton will get, and Mikal Bridges, they will get a lot more. They will suddenly, get a big boost. But Payne is the ad. There have been conflicting reports. Some say he will be back this week when the break is over. Some say it's still 2 weeks. So we don't know. Just be prepared. Maybe the worst case is it will take 2 more weeks before he comes back. But he's still the ad over Aaron Holiday for me.
But even if he won't be back yet, at least you can stash him in your injured list and your IL instead of stashing a player like Chris Paul or maybe Anthony Davis. I mean, he can be a good. Of course, he won't give you 15, 14 assists per game, but maybe if you get half of that, you'll be happy. Chris Paul is the biggest news. Any other news we have? It's been a silent All-Star break. Not much, I guess. Not much. Did you make any moves over this All-Star weekend?
I lost Chris Paul and AD.
So you didn't have to make any move.
I dropped
no
Chris
trades.
Paul. It's hard to trade people. No, people are.
It's hard to trade for Komish because he's been playing with people who are following the page, reading what he's writing, and they already know what's going on when Komish is trading.
But I know that the player I replaced Chris Paul with will win it for me. Raul Neto.
Yeah.
Raul Neto is gonna win. I hope you get me half of Chris Paul's assists.
I was able to get Campaign on my Chris Paul team, but
I wasn't able to do it.
I have a chance to get a bye next week, which is the first round of the playoffs. So I might go with that efficiency stocks strategy at this point because we'll see how Harden does, but Harden, Chris Paul.
Here's my thing. Just to discuss it because Gordon Hayward we haven't discussed also.
He's
Gordon part of Hayward. My team also. So I have Hayward and Draymond in my IL there. AD and CP3 got hurt. So what I did was drop CP3. There's no point there. AD I'm gonna keep for a while. Let's see. And Draymond. I'm probably gonna drop Gordon Hayward next if somebody comes.
There have been lots of questions about Hayward. I've seen. This is just me observing from the lot of leagues that I'm in right now. I've seen Hayward being dropped in pretty much more than half of the leagues I'm in. He is available. No one's picking him up. Actually, no one's picking him up. He's cleared waivers. He's been dropped. A couple of weeks ago already.
His injury is ligaments in the ankle, and it's out indefinitely. So I also don't see him coming back anytime soon. So I would drop him also. That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, that's why I brought him up. I have those 4 injured players. I'm the best example since I have all of the injured players. Fred VanVleet is also in my team, by the way. So all 5 are in my team. So what I will do is keep Draymond and AD. I just feel like Draymond has a chance, might have a chance. So I'm gonna keep those 2. CP3 and Hayward are gonna be cut. I'm gonna drop them.
Yeah, I think CP3 is an obvious cut. Whether your playoffs is in the last few weeks, I don't think he'll make it to 6 weeks. That's 6 weeks already.
Nah.
If that's 6 weeks, the best case scenario. I think the timeline was 6 to 8 weeks. So,
I think they plan on him probably missing even until the first round. I think that's what they're thinking. They're not that worried only because they think they can win the first round without him.
Yeah, and they can sustain the run in the regular season. I think that's why they're not worried. That's it for today's quickie. Good luck. This is just a warm up quickie for us since we've been on vacation for quite some time now, a few days now. Next one might be on Thursday. We'll talk about playoff schedule, and then we'll be back with the regular programming on Friday, the first game after the All-Star break. So the tail end of week 18. There are some leagues I'm in that's had some trades, nice ones. We'll probably talk about them on the next episode. All right. Anyway, we'll see you guys again on Thursday. Bye.